Hi Mayfield, it is Miss McPhee and it is Thursday, April 16th, 2020, and I wanted to make a video to help with your Edulastic review that you're doing this week on decimals. It was a few problems on adding and subtracting and multiplying decimals. Some of you have already submitted your work, so thank you. Some of you have not yet, which is fine, but tomorrow would be great if you can submit it by tomorrow. Edulastic is awesome because you will get results as soon as you submit your work. I wanted to look at two problems with multiplying decimals, and I wanted to show you two strategies for 4, and then maybe we can look at 5 and get it started together. When we're looking at number 4, this is the multiplying strategy that we're familiar with, that your folks at home probably are familiar with, and this is a strategy where we break it into its place value components. And you still get the same answer, but if I can show you different strategies and hopefully one of them will work for you, then we've got a lot of tools in our toolbox. So one thing to remember is when we add or subtract decimals, we do have to line them up like buttons on a shirt. But when we multiply, we're just going to multiply. And then at the end, we have to consider how many decimals are behind the decimals in the problems and make sure we bring that into our answer. So we have 4 times 8, which is 32, and I'm going to carry the 3. 1 times 4 is 4, and 4 plus 3 is 7. I can stop here because this is multiplying by 0, which isn't going to give me an answer. Notice, since multiplication is commutative and order doesn't matter, I put the 1 8/10 at the top just to make my steps a little shorter, but you will get the same answer if you put 0 and 40/100 at the top. However, my answer is not 72, and luckily it's not even given as a choice. And the reason it's not 72 is because there are 2 digits behind the decimal in the problem, which means we need 2 digits behind the decimal in the answer. There's nothing right here in front of the decimal, and that number, of course, for nothing is that beautiful number 0, which is probably going to help me find my choice a little quicker. If I look at this strategy here, this is when I took the 1 8/10 and I broke it down into 1 8/10. I took the 0 and 40/100 and just broke that into 0 and 4/10 because this 0 here is considered insignificant. And now I'm going to multiply separately and add my answers up. So 1 times 0 is 0, 8/10 times 0 is 0, 1 times 4/10 is 4/10, and then 4 times 8 is 32 with 2 digits behind the decimal. So now I'm going to add everything up. I'm going to add my 0 and my 0 and my 4/10 and my 32/100. Again, making sure you keep your decimals nice and lined up. I'm probably just going to put some extra zeros here in my hundredths place just so everything looks the same as far as place value, and now I'm going to add up. So my zeros plus my 2, 0 and 0 plus 4 plus 3 is 7, and bring down my decimal. Notice I get the same answer. So when you're looking at number 5, rice at the local market is being sold at 80 cents per pound for 1 pound, but I have a 3.5 pound bag of rice. So we're going to multiply 3.5 pounds by our 80 cents. You might just want to write that as 8/10 since that 0 after the 8 is considered insignificant. If you want to use the box method, then you're going to write this as 3 and 5/10, and then 0 and 8/10. I hope that works for you. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week when we do our live check-ins, and I hope to hear from all of you soon. Be well, everybody. Bye.